Hello, Pro Investor here. Welcome to the first part of our two-part series on what is Bitcoin and how does it work. Bitcoin is one of the most searched terms on Google, and at some point in your life, you also might have wondered what Bitcoin is and why is it valued so much. You might have heard of Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies as decentralized exchanges with no banks needed to manage accounts or verify transactions. While most people do not know about the original inventor of Bitcoin and how does it work. We will be going through 3 key elements in this video to ensure that you have a crystal clear understanding of what Bitcoin is, including digital signatures, proof of work, cryptographic hash functions. Suppose that you and your friends eat out regularly. Sometimes one person pays the bill, another time you pay the bill, etc. It might be inconvenient for you to exchange cash all the time, so you guys decide to keep a common ledger recording all the transactions in between you and your friends. You pay your friend A $20, your friend B pays C $20, etc. This ledger will be something which is public and accessible to anyone. At the end of the month, you tally your ledger and settle your dues in between. However, there is a big drawback in this system, which is that anyone can add lines to this ledger without any formal approval between all the members. Now, this is where the digital signatures come in. A should be able to add a signature next to any transaction related to him, which is proof of the fact that he has seen it and approved it. But what makes this signature unique? This is done by 2 keys, a public key and a secret key that is assigned to each individual. Now producing a signature requires a message and your private key, which means that only you can produce the needed signature. To verify the signature, your public key is needed. This signature cannot be found without the secret key. This technology uses 256-bit security, in which no loopholes have been found until yet. But what is stopping A from copying a transaction and using it as an unfair means for getting more money from B? This is done by assigning a unique ID to each transaction. That way, if B pays A $100, each of the lines on the ledger requires a new signature. Along with this, what is stopping A from overspending and then being unable to pay back? For that, A, B, and C, everyone first pulls an initial amount of money into the Bitcoin world, and he can only spend that amount. Verifying a transaction requires knowing all of the transaction histories from the start. Bitcoin is basically a ledger, and the history of the transactions is the currency. As I previously mentioned, that the ledger is available publicly as it may be on a website, but that would make it centralized. In the case of Bitcoin, everyone has their own copy of the ledger. Then when you want to make a transaction, as an example, A is paying B 20 BTC. This transaction would be public, so C and D can record this on their own private ledgers. But how does the network of computers ensure the authenticity of every transaction? For this, Bitcoin offers to approve the ledger which has the most computational work put into it, known as cryptographic hash functions. This means that fraudulent transactions would require an infeasible amount of computational work to come about. This concept is known as proof of work. That's all for today. Be sure to watch the next part of this series to get an even better understanding of Bitcoin. What are your thoughts on Bitcoin? Let us know down below. Subscribe to our channel so you can keep getting more crypto content, and please like this video if you enjoyed our content.